Welcome to AP Critical Review. In this video, we're going to give you some important tips on how to study for any AP exam. Tip number 1. Go the extra mile while you're taking your AP course to really learn the material. Your goal should be long-term knowledge retention and not just achieving the grade you want on the next classroom test. Steady and consistent studying will go a long way when it comes time to review for the AP exam. Tip number 2. Create a realistic review plan. No matter how good your AP course was, the AP exams are challenging, and it's a non-trivial task to achieve the score you need to get college credit. There are several AP exams where only a small percentage of test takers are able to earn a 4 or 5 score. Many students find it tough to review for the test while they're still focused on learning new material. So setting aside a block of time 2 to 4 weeks just prior to the test is often ideal. Tip number 3. Purchase a good AP review book and/or take an AP prep course. Getting college credit by earning a 4 or 5 on an AP exam can often save you thousands of dollars in tuition. So the small amount of money you would spend on a review book or prep course would be a good investment. Tip number 4. In an ideal world, your AP course should prepare you for taking the actual AP exam. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Your AP review plan should prepare you for the test and nothing but the test. Make sure your plan aligns with the learning objectives published by the College Board for the AP exam you intend to sit for. The AP exams change constantly, so it's vital that your review materials are up to date. Tip number 5. Be sure to take several simulated AP exams under the same conditions you will face on test day. In other words, use a calculator only if the actual exam will allow you to do so. Have only those formulas accessible that you will have on test day. Most importantly, take the simulated AP exams under the same time limits and break limits available for the actual exam. The total length of AP exams ranges from 1 hour and 30 minutes to 3 hours and 15 minutes. There is generally only one break that separates the test into 2 sections. Most students will need practice working effectively under these conditions. Tip number 6. Take one simulated AP exam at the very beginning of your review so you can get a baseline of your performance. Note where you had difficulty. Were most of the questions you missed on particular topics? Were you able to finish the test in the time allotted? Did you find the multiple choice or the free response sections more troublesome? You can better tailor your review based on the results of this assessment. Tip number 7. Wherever possible, obtain actual questions released by the College Board for review. The College Board publishes many of the free response questions from prior administrations of the AP exams right on their website. You should download and review all of these questions for the AP exam you intend to sit for. Tip number 8. While it is prudent to spend more time on areas you know you are weak in, it is still a good idea to review all of the material that will be tested on the actual AP exam. There are things you may have forgotten. Even if you got every question correct in a particular topic on a simulated exam, there's considerably more material than one exam can test, so you may have deficiencies in a topic area and just lucked out with a particular set of questions. Tip number 9. Take another simulated AP exam towards the end of your review so you can compare performance with earlier exams and make any last-minute changes to your review plan. You want to make sure you are comfortable with the format under the exam under the imposed time constraints. Tip number 10. Get feedback on your performance. Vince Lombardi once said, "Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect." In other words, practice helps only when it provides a learning experience. You need to understand where you went wrong and what you can do differently. This is probably the most important tip of this video. Reading review material will help to an extent. Doing actual practice exercises will make a bigger impact. However, learning from your mistakes will make the biggest difference of all, and you may not be able to do that on your own. Reach out and get some help if needed. Tip number 11. Don't even think about cramming for an AP exam. The chances of this strategy being successful are about equal to you winning the lottery. It's not zero, but the odds are stacked against you. Students who score high on an AP exam have a deep understanding of the material tested. Rote memorization is helpful, but not sufficient. Deep understanding takes time and is required to apply concepts and principles to new situations. This necessitates more than memorizing information or being able to plug and chug numbers into formulas. Tip number 12. Plan your review schedule so you can stop studying a day prior to the exam. Getting a good night's sleep is one of the most important things you can do to be alert and sharp when you sit for the test. It is easy to make careless mistakes when you're tired and lack the stamina required for sustained focus. Thanks for watching.